Hi everyone, welcome to Be Strong and Love Yourself, a channel for very strong people. I'm Dasha Bisali. I created this channel to share some information about happiness. And today I want to talk about the most important lesson that I learned in life. If you get this one thing, you are done, you're good, you will live a wonderful life. And it's very simple, but unfortunately not too many people follow this rule. And the rule is that love discomfort and don't try to be too comfortable. But our brain works opposite way. We want to be comfortable and we don't like discomfort. We try to avoid it. But the only way you can find your own greatness is when you're sitting through discomfort, when you're proving yourself that you can sit through it and you can handle it. And the more often you do it, the better off you are. And I started to sit through discomfort practice about 4 years ago, and now I feel much better in life. I feel much stronger than I was about 4 years ago. And it took me a while to get where I am right now. It's a long process, but when we're trying to get comfort, when we're trying to get short-term pleasures, it's an immediate effect. So that's why we choose sometimes to get pleasures, short-term pleasures, and become comfortable, because discomfort, learning how to handle it, it takes a lot of time. So now let me bring an example, like a metaphor. Imagine a lighthouse in the sea, and you are this lighthouse, and you see that there is a storm, the wave is coming on you. It's extremely uncomfortable, it's cold, and it's windy out there, and you just don't like it. It just doesn't feel good. But because you're a lighthouse, you have no place to run. But when the storm is over, you see that it was actually not such a big deal. And you know that, you know what, I can handle it. It was not that bad. I can do it again. And the more often you do it, as I said, the better you feel it in the end of the day. But what we do in such situation a lot of times, we build the barrier between lighthouse and the wave, and this barrier is delusional. You cannot really avoid the storms in life. At some point they will hit you really hard, and if you build this barrier, they will hit you even more because of all the resistance that you are creating. And we use external things for this barrier, unfortunately. So this way you will never be able to check how strong you are. You will not know it. And you will depend on something external, like alcohol, cocaine, sex, or complaining to your friends. To me, personally, there is not a huge difference between complaining to friends and cocaine. I think both of them are really bad for you. It doesn't matter where you're seeking for a comfort. If it's something external and you're using something external to build this barrier between you and your difficulties, it's always bad, and it doesn't matter what you're using, okay? And discomfort actually is the place where you go to find yourself, to find your strength. Again, the more often, the better. And my friends making fun of me, they say, Dasha, you like suffering. And you know what I do? Because I feel tremendous amount of pleasure when I suffer, and when I know that I can handle it, and I know that I can still move towards my goals, I can still do things which are important to me, and even if I feel pain, I can still be productive, and it feels extremely good. I feel like a winner even if nobody knows about it, but I know. And our fears are all internal. We create them in our brain. So you need to win the battle against yourself first of all. So don't care too much what other people think. So when I overcome the suffering, these difficulties, I feel really good about myself. And there is another example of pleasure versus discomfort. So I love croissants, and I eat approximately 1 croissant per month. When I eat it, I experience pleasure. It's yummy, but it's not long-lasting pleasure. I ate it, and I kind of forgot about it. And for example, this morning I went for a run. I try to work out at least 6 times a week. This morning I went for a run to the lake. It was 30 degrees Fahrenheit, snowing, not extremely pleasant, but I was so happy, and it gave me energy for the whole day versus croissant that, the pleasure lasted for 5 minutes. The run, the effect, it lasted for 30 minutes. I didn't run for too long. But the pleasure from that I got for the whole day. So when you do something uncomfortable, you actually get more energy, more pleasure, rather than you get from something comfortable and what we consider as pleasant, what we think is pleasant. So discomfort is extremely good. I want to bring some examples from scientists. These are not exact quotes, but something that the ideas that I heard in interviews with very smart people. And I have the links to the interviews in my description box. So one of the idea is from Professor Andrew Huberman. He is from Stanford University, neuroscientist. So this is what he said. I actually worry that if humans keep seeking for these comfort zones instead of effort, we can actually devolve as opposed to evolve. So if you want growth, if you want to become a better version of yourself, you need to move towards discomfort, and you need to get out of your comfort zone. And the other example is by David Sinclair, and he is scientist from Harvard University, and he does a lot of researches related to aging and lifespan. So this is what he was saying. The problem with our society is that everything is designed to be comfortable. That is what we strive for. We're killing ourselves. We're accelerating our aging process. Get out of this comfort zone. So even science proves that discomfort is better for you. Things like exercising and fasting, they are not comfortable, but they will make your life longer. And if you just sit on a couch, eat some sweets or processed food that you don't have to put efforts to cook, you will live a shorter life and not that fulfilling life. And again, you will not be able to find yourself, your inner strength in this comfort zone. So please get out of it. And another one example, one of my favorite is David Goggins. He has a lot of videos on YouTube, and he's all over internet, so you can Google him. And I have the link in the description box to one of his interview, but his main words are stay hard, and I find him very motivational and inspirational. So the way he talks about suffering and pain is extremely wise. So if you find my words not very motivating, I highly recommend you to watch David Goggins' videos. He's amazing. He's very inspirational. So these are main points. Try to be like a lighthouse. Don't build the barriers and just sit through the storm. I also have the link in the description box to a very beautiful video with lighthouses and the storms. So you can see that discomfort can be beautiful. The pain can be beautiful. And it's metaphorical. You're not lighthouse, obviously. But remember, life will not give you the difficulties that you cannot handle. The same way, when people build lighthouse, they build it the way that it can stand through the storm. It will not break. And you build kind of the same way. Nature gives you everything you need in order to handle difficult situations. And you need to use your potential. You need to find your greatness in this discomfort. And once you find it, you will be extremely happy. Extremely. I cannot describe this feeling. This is something that you need to experience, but please don't take this opportunity away from you. When you have discomfort, please use it to find yourself. So be lighthouse in the storm. Don't build the barriers. Try to be more in discomfort zone and You don't have to create it too much. Life will bring it to you, and when you have it, face it and be happy about it. It's amazing. And as I always say, be strong and love yourself. Life wins. Always.